And those who are cyber techie, of course, you know what it is, but we're going to try and simplify it and see, most importantly, how it is that the nation can get into cryptocurrency. How can it help the economy? How can it help you increase your finances? Is it risky or not? We're talking about literally digital money. How does it work? To be honest with you, I am in school myself. So by the end, maybe I would have learned a thing or two about cryptocurrency. And you don't want to move at all. My name is Nana Sakwa, the fourth Chief of the Republic of Akomodumasa. When I come back, I have two fine cyber techie who are going to educate us on Smartcash and cryptocurrency. Don't go. Well, thank you for staying. And with me in the studio is Awal Mohammed Sani, who's a Smartcash Ambassador, electronic currency. Awal, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And then I have with me Abubakar Kanet.
Yeah, Kananet.
Kanet, who's a marketing analyst for eBitcoins. Well, Bitcoins basically, but ebitcoins.com. Awal, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Awal, let me start with you. First of all, I think because of the audience and my viewers, we need to break this thing down. Yeah. And it's only, we're not talking computers here now we're talking English. Good. So let's just start with cryptocurrency for the benefit of those who probably have heard about it, wind about it, breakdown, what is cryptocurrency?
Let me say good evening to your cherished viewers. The crypto revolution started back at 2008 after a world economic crisis. A man called Satoshi Nakamoto brought this great technology, and he brought two things. That was the blockchain technology and then cryptocurrency. So just as the name suggests, we have crypto and then currency. These are two words brought together. Crypto from the word cryptography, and then currency from the word currency, just like our Ghanaian cedi. So this crypto means something like secured. Just like when you put a password on your phone, you encrypt your phone in a way that nobody will be able to have an authorized access to it. Mm-hmm. So like if you search in dictionary, probably you will not get the word cryptocurrency, but if you search on Google, you will get this. And this is a revolutionary word, meaning secured currency. A currency that you, the owner, only have control over and have access to. So it's just money like our Ghanaian cedi or any country's money, with the exception that these monies are universal. If you find yourself anywhere, it is the same crypto that you are having. So in Ghana, in the United States, everywhere is the same crypto. Unlike our Ghanaian cedi, once you find yourself in Nigeria, it becomes a useless paper unless you change it to the Nigerian naira before you can use it. So
universally, it's accepted.
So it's accepted universally, but it is not backed by law. You know, our currency is money because it is backed by law, mm-hmm. which we say a legal tender. So Ghanaian cedi is money because it is backed by the Ghanaian law. These monies are decentralized in a way, so they don't have any central backing. So it is left onto you whether you want to embrace it or not, but not someone forcing you to accept it. If you don't accept it, nobody can actually do anything to to you for not accepting it. But if you fail to accept our Ghanaian cedi, the government or the law will take its course. So cryptocurrencies are money just like our cedi.
Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
very interesting stuff.
You know, so if I were to get some cryptocurrencies, I then need to find somebody who accepts it. Otherwise, then you're stuck with it. I mean, in theory.
Well, in theory, yes. That is, if you don't have anyone you'll be able to deal with. But then, interestingly, over the years, a technology that is barely 9 years, that is starting with Bitcoin, which was less than $0.01 per one Bitcoin. Those days, $1 can get you around 1,000 or 10,000 Bitcoins in 2008, 2009. Today, one is going for over $8,000 for just one Bitcoin. So it is telling you something is moving this price. Key among them being adoption. The more it gets adopted, the more it gets the backing of the market, because prices are squarely determined by the forces of demand and supply.
Is it completely virtual, or there's an actual coin printed somewhere?
It is virtual currency. It is currency that you can see, you can touch, you can't feel it, but you can spend.
So can't I sit in my home and make my own currency and say, look, I've got 20 Bitcoins, I don't know how you get it, but then, well, since nobody can see it and touch it, I say, hey, I've got a couple of Bitcoins here.
Yeah, very much so. One of the key features of the blockchain technology, that is the backbone of cryptography, that is the blockchain technology, is that these currencies cannot be counterfeited. One of the big problems that the traditional financial system was facing in those days was the problem of double spending. Those in the banking industry who witnessed it when ATMs started emerging. Someone can go into the bank, withdraw money, and still come to his ATM and also withdraw money, because transactions were not in real time. The problem of double spending. But the blockchain technology actually prevents that from happening. So you can't counterfeit Bitcoin. And in fact, Bitcoin has a cap. You can't have more than a certain number of Bitcoins worldwide. I think when it comes to my main submission, I'll go briefly into it and then I'll elaborate further.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to do Bitcoins, or you want to do Smartcash? Yes. Smartcash, because you're a Smartcash ambassador, right?
Yes.
So I want some Smartcash. How do I go about getting a couple of Smartcash to do something? So
before that, let's talk about the counterfeiting that you mentioned.
Okay.
These currencies, as I said, they are decentralized in nature. That means they don't have a body that controls it. So it is you, the person who have purchased it. Now, they are created by people, group of people, but they are on a technology called blockchain technology. This blockchain is a public ledger that records all transactions of digital currencies. And the first blockchain was the Bitcoin blockchain. And this Bitcoin blockchain can do a lot of wonderful things.
How many cryptocurrencies do we have now?
We have over 1,500 cryptocurrencies.
Worldwide?
Yes, worldwide. So irrespective of where you find yourself, it doesn't have a body.
But you have to use the blockchain.
Yes, you have to use a blockchain. And the Bitcoin blockchain is there. We have the Ethereum blockchain. We have the Smartcash blockchain. We have a lot of blockchains.
So every cryptocurrency has its own blockchain?
Not every cryptocurrency.
Some share?
Out of these 1,500 coins, we have a lot of them that are on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. Some of them are on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Okay.
But Smartcash actually has its own blockchain. So the blockchain technology is a public ledger, as I said, in a way that when you record transactions on it, you can't alter it. Or once you post any information on it, it is permanent and you can't alter it. So when these currencies are created, they are capped.
Even you cyber techies can get
No, you can't. When they are created, they are capped. Bitcoin has 21 million maximum supply, so no single Bitcoin can be created in addition. Smartcash has 5 billion maximum supply. No single one can be created or reduced. So once it is launched on the blockchain, you, the person who even created it, you lose control over it. The person who have control over it is now the person who buys it into his wallet. And that is how the price is like moved. It is the demand and supply forces, as he said. So these currencies have fixed supply. So smart cash is just like a digital currency like Bitcoin, with the exception that smart cash has come to correct the problems of Bitcoin in a way, because Bitcoin being the mother of digital currencies, the person who created it is called Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. This man is anonymous. Nobody knows him. So it has a lot of flaws. And, when you create something and then you are not there and you have not put anything, measures in place to correct its problems, you see how difficult it becomes. So a lot of digital currencies have come after Bitcoin to solve those issues, but a lot of them have failed. So smart cash came as a digital currency in 2017 with a complete decentralized autonomous organization that gives opportunity to individuals, irrespective of where you find yourself, to actually advocate, market, or contribute your quota in terms of your technical know-how or anything to promote the coin and make sure that it achieves the objective of Bitcoin. So smart cash is digital currency like Bitcoin, but with an advanced feature that Bitcoin, being the mother, does not possess.
So there's somebody watching who thinks, oh, good, tomorrow I want 5 smart cash coins. What do they do?
Yeah, these digital currencies, as we said, they are monies based on the internet. So the basic requirement to have any digital currency is to have internet connection. So if you want to be able to have smart cash, that means you need to have internet connection, not necessarily a phone or a computer. Once there is internet connection at where you are, maybe an internet cafe, you walk in. Smart cash has made it easy for everyone to be able to have a wallet. So you can go to the internet, you log on to wallet.smartcash.cc, then it opens a page for you. Then you create your wallet. It has sign up and then log in. So as a first-time user, you need to sign up. When you click on sign up, it asks you for your first name, your last name, email address, and stuff. The most important among all you can't do without is the username, the password. And then there's something called master security key. You need to copy that, confirm it. You see confirm master security, you confirm it there. And this master security key is very important because these are decentralized. So they don't have anybody, unlike probably MTN Mobile Money, where when you forget your PIN, you can walk to MTN office and then they will reset your PIN for you. Once you lose your PIN, it is your responsibility to reset your PIN yourself. So you need this master security key to be able to recover your password when you forget it. So once you copy it and confirm it to sign up, you also need to paste it somewhere and keep it secured. In an event where you are facing challenges with your wallet, then this is the last resort that you can use to. Okay. So once you confirm, you click on sign, you agree to the terms and conditions, and the terms is just, they are telling you that you are responsible for anything that happened to your fund because your account is not created on anybody's central server. It is decentralized. So you have to be aware of that and know that you are responsible for keeping your account safe.
Look at that.
Then you sign up and then you have your wallet.
Okay, let me take a quick break and come back. So and then find out how it is. Do I need to put my credit card in, my debit card details so that I can get, what exchanges hands before I can get some of these Bitcoins? And somebody wants to find out, Mr. Ochi want to find out, is it a legal tender? We'll come back and answer all that. Stay tuned. Hope you're getting educated just like I am. Just before the break, we wanted to find out, now that we've gotten the whole idea that the whole currency thing is virtual, it's not backed by law, but there's a good number of people there who accept it if you're going to use it. But I think I'll come to you, Abubakar. Once I've logged in and put in my name and everything, and I want to get some of this currency thing,
Yes.
What do you do?
Yeah, mostly you would have to contact an exchanger, an online exchanger. We have a number of them around. And in Ghana here, we have Bitcoinix. We have others around in Ghana here, but Bitcoinix, I think, in Ghana and West Africa, we are doing very well. So you can contact Bitcoinix for most of these digital currencies. But I think over the past few minutes, people are hearing digital currency, Smartcash. I would just want to use this opportunity to clear the airwaves that we're actually discussing money, but this time around, money in a digital form. So before you can actually appreciate what digital currencies are, you have to, get a bit of the fact that, money went through some form of evolution. Before paper money existed, our great-grandfathers were already doing some form of trade, popularly called as the barter system of trade, exchanging goods and services for goods and services. And it came to a time, the problem of divisibility and other factors came in. And then they thought they had to rely on precious stones and bones of animals and all that. Going forward, this system was also fraught with some, other challenges. So the governments of the day then, or the days then, decided, oh, okay, why don't we have a common currency that will be homogeneous? We, invest our, powers and nets to give it value, like this is 1 city, this is 20 cities and all that, and the things they can buy. So the people vested their trust in this system, and it was working. But, as we can see, if you should put down 1 city, today, just give it 6 months, 1 year, the value is going to come down. So somebody sat down and thought about the fact that things are evolving around the world. Look at the postal system. It has evolved with the coming of the internet. Look at transportation. Things are going, high tech. So someone thought this is the right time for money to also, take that course to go digital. So the man he mentioned rightly, Satoshi Nakamoto, sat down and he said, yeah, for money to actually go digital, how are we going to work around it? Then we are going to use the power of the internet. But we are not a government. We don't have a people, before us to impose this currency on them. And we have to be very careful we don't break any rules. Because if you are not a government, why do you create a currency? So they looked at the features that paper money has, that is a fiat paper, and said, okay, we are going to give these digital currencies an entirely different feature, from the fiat system, so that we don't break any rules. One, it is going to be decentralized. If the Ghana cedi, if the US dollar are backed by central government, we are going to use the power, the decentralization power of the internet to make sure that this money is fully decentralized. Two, we are going to give it a cap. A cap means you can't get more than a certain number of this currency. For instance, you can't readily tell how many Ghanaian cedis you have at a particular point in time, because we keep seeing more and more notes being printed. And the more paper money you have in the system, the more every businessman would want to have his fair share. So by the time you realize, the prices of goods and services are skyrocketing, leading to inflation. We have countries like Zimbabwe, Venezuela, whereby people take wheelbarrow loads of money to go and buy a banana and egg on the market. So Satoshi thought that digital currencies, or let me say the Bitcoin project he had, he will give it a cap of 21 million Bitcoins. You are not going to have more than 21 million Bitcoins in the world. Never. So the question right now going through through your mind, you'll be like, is it going to be enough? Because we have more, in Ghana we have more than 25 million. Yes, it is going to be enough, because one, Bitcoin is decimated into 8 decimal places. And each code of Bitcoin can be broken down into several millions. So you can have 0.00001 Bitcoin, which one day will be equal to a certain unit, let's say $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. So it is, just going to be enough. And that is just one out of the 1,500 digital currencies we have. So even if we even say Bitcoin is going to, get exhausted. We come to Smartcash, we come to Ethereum, we come to Ripple, Litecoin, and the list goes on. So this is how the thing started. And then Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin using the technology called cryptography, as he rightly mentioned. But how was he going to distribute these, Bitcoins to the world? He needed a platform to make sure it operates. For instance, for you to be able to run certain applications on your phone or computer, maybe you need Windows to be able to run maybe all other programs on you. So he needed a program that would give him certain features. One, decentralization. Two, transactions are not reversed. Once a transaction passes through the blockchain technology, you cannot reverse it. So if I'm sending you funds, or I'm using the Ethereum smart contract to send you, proof of ownership of something belonging to me, so that the ownership gets to you, I send it, it doesn't get reversed. Unless you, the new owner, you reverse it back to me. So this is where you realize that that technology cannot be manipulated.
And that's called the blockchain.
That's the blockchain technology. And secondly, records of these transactions are recorded, across networks. For instance, someone attacks me, takes my phone, breaks it. The version of transactions on your phone can be used to be duplicated across all networks again. You understand? And secondly, it is fully transparent, and anybody can just go in there and see what is happening. If you should open blockchain.info right now, all transactions, or let me say Bitcoin related transactions, you see them just running. Even a small shop in Accra here, you can't just go in and ask them, how much sales have you made for today? You can't. But with the blockchain technology, you can just open and you see everything coming. But then it guarantees some level of anonymity. You see the transactions, but you don't know this transaction that has come in, it belongs to Awa or Abu or Iswanana. So it is decentralized, but at the same time, it guarantees some level of anonymity. And it is highly secured, as he rightly mentioned.
Okay, back to my question.
Yeah, back to the question.
I want to buy, I need 5
Smartcash or something.
Smartcash.
Yeah, so one of the features that these technologies guarantee is for transactions to be peer-to-peer. So if you know someone who has it or someone who exchanges it, you contact him. So it's peer-to-peer. Secondly, you contact an exchanger. As I mentioned, we have a number of them around. ebitcoinx.com is one. And I think you also have one or something?
Yeah, we have offline exchanges.
Okay, all right.
So what I come to you and say, look, I want 5, and then you go and find somebody who's got 5 to sell?
No, an exchanger has a lot of them. So maybe you pay via local currency, you give an address, and then you receive your smart cash. That is it. Just like the way people use mobile money, PayPal for their online payment. People need all sort of digital currencies.
Okay, so I want to buy one smart cash.
Smart cash, yes.
I need. Is it so? One coin of smart cash? Or?
Yes.
Okay, I want to buy 2 coins of smart cash.
Yeah.
So it will be determined by the price today.
Yeah.
How do I pay? Do I pay with normal currency or?
What happened is that we have exchanges, as he mentioned. eBitcoinx is one of the renowned exchanges in Ghana, which have smart cash. I think they trade in about 6 coins. Yeah. That if you want to buy any of them or sell any of them to them, you'll be able to do that. And we spend Ghana cedis in Ghana here. So if you want to buy this, you need to have Ghana cedis. So we have eBitcoin is a fiat to digital currency exchanger. So you can exchange your fiat, and the fiat is just the Ghana cedi that we are having. So you need to log onto their site, which is ebitcoinx.com.
Okay, so initially you need to pay with the local currency.
Pay with the local currency. Yeah. This thing operates like our mobile money or the M-Pesa system, like MTN mobile money. Before you can get MTN mobile money on your phone, you need to have a wallet to create mobile money wallet. And then you need to walk to an agent and tell him, I want to deposit 100 cedis in my wallet. Then the agent already have some electronic money in his wallet too. That's the merchant line. Then you give your 100 Ghana cedis to the merchant. Then the merchant deposit the equivalent of that 100 cedis in your phone. It's the same system, with the exception that this one is over the internet and then decentralized. So you get probably Smartcash agent. We have some number of them, or you log onto eBitcoinix. Then you pay with mobile money or fiat money, and then they deposit it in your
the
wallet.
question about CD devaluing and going up, but the cryptocurrency, doesn't it go up and down based on demand and supply?
Yeah, it does. It does go. As I said, the supply is fixed. An economist called Keynes mentioned that to have a stable economy, we need to have a fixed money supply. So these digital currencies have fixed supply. And anything that have fixed supply, definitely the price of that cannot be what? Fixed. Because once demand is going up, price will be what? Going up. Once price is going down, demand is going down, price will be going down. So for instance, Smartcash just 3 days ago was trading at 0.09 cents. But today, yes, for a coin. Today it's trading at 0.2, like 20 cents. It is as a result of the demand for it. So when the demand is going up, the price for it is also going up. When the demand is going down, the price for it is going down.
I think I don't want to.
So that is how it goes.
Can you log on and say, look, I need 100 points?
You need 100, then you pay how much it is. Every exchange have their rates. So for instance, if I am an exchange and I want to be selling at maybe 5 Ghana cedis for $1, then when you are going to buy, let's say $10, that means you need to multiply 5 Ghana cedis by 10. That will give you the amount you will get in dollars. These digital currencies are having their equivalent in dollars. You can also set it to get the equivalent in Ghana cedis. But most of the exchanges are doing it in dollars. So when you are going to buy, you need to tell, I want to buy this amount of Ghana cedis, and then the exchange have their calculator that will automatically convert that to the dollar equivalent. Or you tell them, I want to buy maybe $100, and then automatically their system will tell you that, okay, this is how much you need to pay in Ghana cedis to be able to get $100. Then they have various means of payment. Mobile money is there. They have cash at office. So you want to pay with mobile money, then they give you their mobile money number. You send the money and then send your transaction details. They verify and then they send you your coins.
Okay, Abu, why would you save in cryptocurrency rather than save in, let's say, dollars or put some pound sterling somewhere? Why would you? I mean, is there any advantage in saving electronically or saving on paper?
Oh, okay. I think one thing you mentioned is the value appreciation. I got to a point in my submission, I think something came up and then we skipped that one. People wonder why the price of these digital currencies keep going up. The quantity, the unit involved, for instance, is fixed. Now, how does it go up? When Satoshi Nakamoto, invented Bitcoin, as I mentioned, he gave it a fixed.
His first purchase was for pizza.
Not him. Someone used. Yeah.
I said, about like 9,000.
We know over 10
Bitcoins for one pizza, and now it's worth about 13 million or something.
So much. So what causes this? As I mentioned, Satoshi needed a system to make sure, transport or moves Bitcoin back and forth between a sender and then a receiver. That is via the blockchain. So what did he do? I said we have 21 million Bitcoins. So for the first 4 years, every 4 years, something significant happens to, for instance, Bitcoin. That is what I'm talking about. In the first 4 years, the system was releasing 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Bitcoin is an invention. He invented these digital currencies to give the world for free. But when you have it, how much you want to sell it is your business. So that is it. Bitcoin is an invention gifted to the world. So he did it. If the world accepts it as a digital form of payment and the world thinks this is the price they want to assign to it at any given point in time, fair be it. If the world should reject it, then I think maybe
I was releasing what?
50 units of Bitcoin every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes.
After the first 4 years, something happened. This unit came down by half. It started releasing 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. That was from 2012, 2016. Currently, the system is releasing 25 Bitcoins, 12.5 Bitcoins rather, every 10 minutes. You can check this on blockchain.info, you see all these things. This figure is going to keep halving every 4 years till the year 2140. So let's check something here. The quantity, supply, is coming down. What is happening to demand? 2, 3, 4 years ago, myself and most of us around watching, we didn't know anything about digital currencies. But today, everybody is just upbeat about what digital currencies are. People are buying and trading and all that. So demand is going up. So once you have supply dropping till the year 2140 and demand, picking up, automatically prices are going to skyrocket. So these things are not any rocket science. This is actually what is
it
moving.
going to crash like any market? As it goes up, a bubble will burst?
Oh yeah, some people call it a bubble and all that, but Bitcoin has proven to be robust, because anything from $0 to $8,000 in just 9 years is serious. And we are talking about something with a market cap. That's a total crypto market cap, something around $430 billion. And Ghana wouldn't want to lose out on such a market when you have countries like, South Korea having like Bitcoin as their second currency. I'm coming back to the issue of the law, because it's, as a people, you have to sit down, study it, and take a decision on it. So although, some people say it's not backed by law, but it depends on the jurisdiction. Nobody gave us a legal permission to start using internet or Facebook in Ghana here. This is something that is backed by the internet. So you don't need any one person to come and tell you, go into it. But as a people, when you come together, for instance, the US as a country haven't taken an open position on digital currencies, but individuals in the States, you can go in and then you are okay. So countries like, South Korea, as I mentioned, Japan is one of the biggest traders in digital currencies. Germany has legalized what, digital currencies are. So these are big economies that are taking advantage of this technology, and Ghana wouldn't want to,
Is it the case where you should always find a peer to trade it, or there's a car company that you can call them and say, look, I have Bitcoins and I want to buy this car. Can we swap? I mean, are there like companies
yes,
who also...
There are. For instance, until November last year, Bitcoin was listed on Microsoft. You can pay for all Microsoft services using Bitcoin. But, digital currencies are very volatile. Today, the price can be, today, it's very volatile. So I think for some reason, they just, picked it out so that they will study it again and then bring it back. So if a person like Bill Gates has once upon a time listed Bitcoin on his website, then it's something big. The likes of Sir Richard Branson of Virgin Galactic, they are involved in digital currencies. HP, Dell, Amazon is working on, bringing their own, like working on listing some digital currencies on their website to get people to pay. People are paying for flights and all that using digital currencies, Bitcoin and Smartcash and all that. So companies are gradually accepting it. Venezuela currently have their own digital currency called the Petro coin. Putin has the Putin coin. Trump himself has the Trump coin. All these things can be verified on a website called CoinMarketCap. So I would want guys to see another coin, or
EduCoin. The EduCoin, yeah, because I've been thinking of creating my own currency.
I think Pakistan has the Pak coin and more of these things.
EduCoin. Watch out for the EduCoin. Yeah.
So just like he mentioned, Bitcoin has several companies that accept them. People use it for, but Smartcash being a new digital currency, and Smartcash is making a lot of waves in Ghana. But when you come to Ghana, we have some businesses that accept Smartcash. We have Accra Luxury Lodge. You can go there, sleep, and then you pay them with Smartcash. We have Banfu Hotel at Community 22. You can go and then sleep there. Then you pay him with Smartcash.
Can you have it your wallet on your phone?
Yeah, you can have it on your phone.
Like you have your mobile money on your phone?
Yes, just like you have the mobile money. And we have a lot of mobile money vendors that now you can even buy airtime and then pay with Smartcash. So just like he mentioned CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is a site where you can see all these over 1,500 coins, and they are arranged according to their market cap. So Bitcoin is first, which has the highest market cap. And if you look at it, Smartcash fall within the first 100 coin. And that means that out of the 1,500 coins, Smartcash that was just released in 2017 fall within this 100 coins. So you ask yourself, is it just that someone picked it and then fixed it there? It is certainly no. It is because of the features and the roadmap of Smartcash that makes it true. Because thousands of coins were in existence before Smartcash was released. And one of these amazing features is something we call smart rewards. You know, even Bitcoin doesn't have that. Smartcash is a coin that came and said, look, we know that this industry is characterized by what? Volatility. So you can have $100 today, and in the next 1 month, it's not more $100, it's $90. Then they ask themselves, then what do we do to make sure that a user, someone who is having this, doesn't face this challenge much? They said, let's bring something like smart rewards. So they brought the smart rewards as a price stabilization mechanism and an incentive for long-term holding. Because every coin, the success is the number of people who hold this coin. So if you have like Smartcash worth 1,000 coins, then you are able to hold it in your wallet from 25th of 1 month to 25th of another month. You get additional coins to what you were having originally as a reward. And it has like made a lot of these success stories for Smartcash. Smartcash has something we call a smart node. This smart node is a server that you need 10,000 smart cash to be able to set up. And once you set it up, you just hold that 10,000 coins. You don't use it to do anything. And it is not on anybody's wallet. It's in your wallet, and you can opt out at any time. You receive salaries for holding this smart cash, 10,000 smart. And aside receiving that salaries, you receive smart rewards again. So it has made a lot of people to be going into smart cash. So you realize that it falls part of this top 100.
I'm going to take a break and come back. But I mean, if somebody's got like money in treasury bills or something like that, you would say, look, go and take the money and get some, smart money and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming straight back, but it's getting interesting, isn't it? Well, cryptocurrency, isn't that interesting? So, I think while I was with you, if somebody's got some, let's say, 500,000 Ghana cedis in treasury bills, gets like 13% every 3 months or every 90 days. I mean, if they were to give you that in your, smart cash.
It's funny. I think this is the reason why central bodies are actually fighting digital currency. But the masses are for digital currency. T-bills gives me I think less than 20% per annum. Look, if I have 1,000 Ghana cedis today, just like I mentioned, 3 days ago, Smartcash was trading at 0.09 cents. As we are sitting now, is 20 cents. That means that it's over 100%. So if 3 days ago, I had invested 5,000 Ghana cedis into Smartcash, that means that today it would have been worth 10,000 Ghana cedis. And I can cash it out at ebitcoinx.com. So it's something that you cannot, in fact, what we earn in the crypto space on hourly basis is how much you will get in investing T-bills or maybe fixed deposit or anything. So crypto has made a lot of billionaires and millionaires within the 10 years that Bitcoin was created. So just like I mentioned also, this smart cash is currently in cents. Bitcoin was in cent back at 2010, 0.0 something, and today Bitcoin is trading at 8,000 or over 8,000 dollars. In some few years to come, who knows? Smartcash will be trading at probably maybe even $100 or something like that. So assuming today, and you know, we are still poor, like as Ghanaians, because we were not enlightened to this digital currency system back at those years. If I knew maybe Bitcoin back at to 2010, today probably I would have been the richest in Ghana.
I see.
About the bank, okay.
So, but it's not too late.
My producer wants to know the billion coin. Is that also another?
Yeah.
Or that's TBC.
TBC. That is the billion coin. Actually, it's another coin that some people are also trying to bring on board. But at the moment, when we check it up on CoinMarketCap, it's not listed. So mostly when you are going to digital currencies, you need to make your checks and all that. It's a project. If they're able to succeed in it, fine. But at the moment, it's something I can't actually vouch for, because, for instance, if someone tells you we are operating a microfinance or a bank, you quickly check with the Bank of Ghana. The same way when someone brings a digital currency to you, you can just check on a few websites like CoinMarketCap. It may not be 100%, but it's around 90–95%. You can check it there. If it's not there, you may want to do some more checks before you venture into it. But the issue of banks, if I would, if you permit me to touch on it, Christine Lagarde, that's the IMF boss, she recently mentioned that digital currencies do not pose any threat to traditional banking. So nobody should think digital currencies are there to come and usurp the activities of traditional
So what
banking.
are the flaws? What are the downsides? You've given me all the upside of this. What are the downsides?
Yeah, with the downsides of digital currencies, mostly people look at it as store of value, investment, and all that. So before going into it, you should be able to do your risk assessment. You should be able to know that I'm putting in something I'm ready actually to lose. But most of us who are so taken by this, we are not looking at the monetary aspect. We are looking at the technology that is backing this thing, the blockchain technology that has the potential to actually change so many things in the world. I mentioned something about the smart contracts. That is good for asset acquisition. An example I gave during the blockchain conference at Golden Tulip some months ago, that if we can use this technology, in administering land titles to people in Ghana here, there wouldn't be the issue of land guards in Ghana here. When it comes to awarding contracts, government contract and all that, all of us bid through the blockchain system that the government is actually going to recommend for contractors to bid through. So if someone is more powerful than me, you can't just bypass the system and go and exchange envelopes somewhere for this contract to be awarded to you. Blockchain technologies are used in voting. Recently it was published on the Business and Financial Times in Ghana here that shipping companies are actually going to adopt this technology to aid in shipping. You ship a packet of something, and then there's so many papers crossing borders, and sometimes you hear people saying car documents are under a pile of whatever, and it will take you months to be able to clear something simple. With one code that is written and passed through the blockchain technology, every port that your item reaches, they just verify your consignment, and it moves on. So this is a technology we believe in, not only about the money. So with the flaws, yes, you may want to diversify, do your own risk assessment before you go in, and you should be willing to lose in case. But at least, as I've mentioned, over the years, this is a technology that has proven. Now,
traditional currencies are normally backed by gold reserves or something like that. So with digital currency, what's backing it?
It's backed by the number of people adopting it, using their internet protocols. That is what actually backs it. And the issue of gold reserves, well, I know very well that the dollar has been weaned off the gold standard to allow government to be able to print more and more. And how was the gold standard working? It was working like a check. If you present a check to me, you give it to me because you have an amount of money sitting in the bank. So when I present that check, that money is given to me. The same way the gold standard, if a dollar is presented to you, that dollar is equal to a certain amount sitting in the Federal Reserve. At a point in time, government needed more and more money. And I know this thing, a lot of people know it. Robert Nixon, he took the dollar off the gold standard so that government can print more and more. So there's actually no gold sitting anywhere for anybody. Yes, as a country, you can keep some gold at the World Bank and all that, but to say currently the dollar is backed by gold, it's a big question mark.
And when you say it's backed by projects, what do you mean?
Yeah, when I said it's backed by projects, at the beginning, Satoshi took this thing as a project that the currency needs a revolution to go through a digital system, decentralized and all that. So for Bitcoin, the purpose has been achieved. Currently, it is just serving like the central bank for all other digital currencies. So other projects come up like the Ethereum smart contract. That is what I said can be used for assets transfer. So the concept is brought, a digital currency is created. If you believe in this project, you buy into, for instance, Facebook shares. When Facebook began, the idea is to just connect friends and families around. And then along the line, see one Facebook share today, so much in that because people believe in what Mark Zuckerberg is doing. And recently, when he found himself in trouble, see how the share prices plummeted just because of a certain news that has come. So people believe in projects and they would want to buy into it. If
somebody wants to at least investigate on Smartcash, what do they do?
Yeah, so you visit the Smartcash website, is smartcash.cc. Smartcash.cc. You can find every information there. And as you, the place to find the authenticity of a coin is also CoinMarketCap. When you visit this, you get the maximum supply of the coin.
So go to CoinMarketCap, see if there's Smartcash there.
Yes.
If you're happy, go to smartcash.cc.
Yes.
Register
and Smartcash has a roadmap for 2018, and that is why I said it's making Smartcash to be part of 100 coins, and very soon it will be part of the top 10. Smartcash is bringing something we call instant pay to enable online purchases and then instant transactions. Once you send money very fast, it confirms instantly. Unlike Bitcoin that you can send fast and it can take sometimes 1 hour or something. And Smartcash is also bringing something called Smart Card. This will offer you the opportunity to have a card, just like a debit card, and you can store your Smart Cash on it, and then you use it anywhere you find yourself. And then there is the Smart Card reader. The Smart Cash is doing a lot of wonderful things, and it's bringing invisible address where you can have your money sent to that address, and anybody having that address cannot know your balance or check your transactions. So,
well, all too soon, that's what time would allow us.
Okay.
But I urge you to log on and check for yourself, smartcash.cc, and check for yourself. And I feel tempted to go and buy a couple of Smartcash to see what happened in a couple of months. I give you this number before I go. Stantis Fashion, they make my shirts. Don't call them for any cryptocurrencies. Call them and get yourself a nice shirt. 024-366-2001. 024-366-2001. I want to say thank you to Abubakar and Awal for that education. And I know that many people have become very, very curious. Log on to the website and check it out. Guys, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching. We'll be back to do this all over again.